Welcome to Universe Live. I'm Lynette McConkey.
And I'm Trevor Myers. It's Monday, March 6th, and here are your top 5 stories for today. First, Carl Morlant is the new BYUSA 2023-2024 president.
I want to take care of you like you're my family.
Morlant from Haiti and Gabe Rubelio, Vice President-elect from Hawaii, will focus on helping students make meaningful, authentic, lifelong connections.
The Utah legislative session wrapped up before midnight on Monday.
We want to thank the legislature for their perseverance.
A total of 575 bills passed this session. Governor Cox has already signed 25 of those bills into law.
Senator Mitt Romney continues to call for U.S. military support in Ukraine. Romney says supporting Ukraine weakens Putin and China and also helps protect American national security.
The family history event Roots Tech, organized by Family Search, featured many well-known speakers this year.
Roots Tech is amazing.
Featured speakers included Elder and Sister Gong, Grammy-nominated singer Jordan Sparks, and actor Sean Astin.
Happiness through hope and healing is celebrated at the 8th annual Provo Women's Day. The sold-out event featured speakers honoring individuality and strength of women. This was the first year it was also broadcast via Facebook Live.
The Provo Airport has big plans for the coming years. As Kyle Raymond reports, after massive growth from its expansion in July, the city now has even bigger goals moving forward.
The Provo Airport has had one consistent concern in recent years: not enough capacity.
We need more space, so we have to continue growing to be able to meet the demand here.
In July last year, the Provo Airport expanded its facilities, undergoing a massive increase in traffic and capacity.
So what we used to do in a week, we're doing now in a day, and multiple days a week.
But it wasn't enough to keep up with rising demand. Morning and evening schedules remain very busy, and the airport is looking to continue its growth.
Had they known how successful it would have been, they said all along they would have built more. But hindsight's 20/20.
Future plans include additional gates, a larger terminal, and the capability to host international flights going out to locations such as Central America.
They want to start flying to Mexico as soon as possible once we have the international component built and open here.
That would make this the second international airport in the state, after Salt Lake International, which has been the sole means of air travel for many Utahns for years. According to Jensen, the Provo Airport won't be attempting to reach the size of Salt Lake International and will instead focus on becoming a strong regional option. As Provo continues to expand its airport, Jensen sees people choosing to fly out of Provo for a faster and more convenient experience, with the time from leaving your car to arriving at the gate getting as low as 10 minutes.
You can park your car out there, and in some parking stalls 100 yards, you're at the terminal.
Reporting from Provo for Universe Live, I'm Kyle Raymond.
Students and teachers flocked to the Wilkinson Center to attend a music and dance festival hosted by the Multicultural Student Services. Joe Worthland went to the festival to see BYU students come together to celebrate their cultures. Joe?
I got a chance to go to the first ever Fusion Asian Festival, celebrating the cultures of over a dozen different Asian countries. The results were spectacular, and they speak for themselves. Students, families, and friends came to the Fusion Asian Festival on Friday. The festival is a multicultural music and dance event celebrating 14 different countries across Asia. Students put in hundreds of hours over the past 3 months to prepare to represent their cultures.
We can't put it together if the students are not willing to put in the work. And so we're just here to support them.
The Multicultural Student Services Office was approached by Vivian Ho-jae Lee, co-president of the BYU Korean Student Association. She and several others worked with the MSS office to put this event together.
I definitely do believe all that time was worth it. Seeing the turnout, it's amazing. I did not expect that many people.
As the Wilkinson Center East Ballroom filled, more and more chairs were added to the room. However, the chairs were quickly filled, leaving the festival standing room only.
I feel like there's 10 times more people than we first expected. I think we first expected 200 people, but obviously it exceeded that.
The wall dividing the ballroom was opened up, and the balcony above the ballroom was made available for attendees to view the performances.
We called the building managers and people that we know have access to open other areas to accommodate more students. And in less than 10 minutes, they were here just to open those areas and let more students to come in and enjoy of this show.
The evening consisted of 13 different performances and a fashion show. Each of the performances demonstrated a different facet of Asian culture, from traditional to contemporary. These students wowed the audience with their skills, inspiring students to share their own unique voice with others.
How grateful we are that these students get that opportunity and can use their voice to make a lot of great change.
As you can see, the Fusion Festival was a huge success, and the different cultures that were on display did an amazing job demonstrating the things that they loved to do. For Universe Live in the Wilk, I'm Joe Worthley.
The Provo Library offers a surprising range of items to check out. Aubrey B. Jennings has the story. Aubrey?
That's right. With all the new forms of entertainment today, you would think that libraries have gone out of fashion. However, Provo City Library representatives say that their services have changed, even if their mission hasn't.
Today's public library is so much more than books.
As everything goes digital in society, there is the question of whether or not libraries are still relevant. To keep up with the changes in entertainment, the Provo City Library has shifted in the last decade. It now offers new services, some that might even surprise you.
We have study room spaces, we have online resources, we have digital books. Here we have art galleries and recording studios.
From telescopes to virtual reality games, the library provides entertainment and education that fits today's needs.
Libraries have just really reimagined their role in the community as not just a repository for books, but a community resource for people to learn things, be entertained, and just get what they need.
Representatives say a library card can save you money even if you never step foot into the building. They offer audiobooks with a similar selection to Audible, as well as music and video streaming services for card holders. And by the looks of it, the library efforts are paying off.
Every once in a while, people are, oh, they're not checking out books. I'm like, you know that we still checked out like over 1 million things last year.
But more than just a resource, for some, the library is a safe community center.
This library is a safe haven. I honestly think that it's really nice to come to a place where you can unwind and you can genuinely be yourself.
While families with young children are the most frequent users, the library has something for everyone. With all the services available, I'd say it's worth checking out. Reporting for Universe Live here in Provo, this is Aubrey B. Jennings.
Thanks, Aubrey.
A BYU alumnus created a website called Beeloo that gives parents an alternative to screen time. Universe Live reporter Robin Christensen explains what Beeloo is and how it came to life.
The website Beeloo has millions of printable coloring pages, craft ideas, and activities for kids. It was created by Derek Pando after quarantining during the coronavirus pandemic. Derek says it was his kids that inspired Beeloo.
During the pandemic, I started working from home, and they would come up to me and say, Dad, print off a coloring page. And I was excited about that because they weren't asking for screen time.
With the help of AI technology, ChatGPT, activities can be as unique as each child.
We don't have one crossword puzzle, right, for unicorns. We have up to hundreds of them at varying levels of difficulty because we've been able to leverage the AI tools to build a lot of the data that otherwise would have taken a whole lot of time for an individual to create.
The site operates by inputting what type of activity your child wants to do and can be customized based on interest and age level. Before creating Beeloo, Derek worked at Zoom and LinkedIn.
It's been very different to be thinking about selling to professionals and to go to thinking about parents and teachers and kids. It's just a completely different market.
But he says that experience has helped create a freemium model for his website where some features are free and others are paid for. Derek says that with current technology, he knows screens are just a part of life, but he wants parents to know that there are easy, engaging, low-cost alternatives to screen time for kids.
Our goal is to create alternatives to screen time for you. So test it out. Instead of turning on the TV while you make dinner, so you can actually make dinner and your kids aren't interrupting you, try printing out a couple of pages and have them do that.
Beeloo has other benefits beyond just an alternative to screen time. It also has great learning outcomes like fine motor skills, critical thinking, and early reading practice. Reporting in Provo for Universe Live, I'm Robin Morris Christensen.
BYU men's basketball is in Vegas for the WCC men's basketball tournament, and they got some big wins.
No good this time. Rudy Williams pushing the break to Trey Stewart. Cycle to Gideon George, right corner. Three is good.
The Cougars first played against Portland, where they found themselves in a bigger hole than Stanley Yelnats. BYU trailed by 13 to the Pilots at halftime, but the Cougars went on an 18-2 run in the third quarter to take the lead and eventually the win. On Saturday, the team led almost the entire way, going on to defeat LMU 73-63. The Cougs are back in action tonight against conference rival St. Mary's. The semifinal game will tip off at 7 p.m. Mountain. BYU women's basketball is in the same position as the men in Vegas, and they have winning on their minds. The Cougars earned some excellent wins against Pepperdine and San Francisco with big games from the likes of Emma Calvert, Nani Falatea, and Lauren Gustin. Gustin became the first player in NCAA college basketball to have 500 points and 500 rebounds on the season over the weekend. That's quite the double-double. BYU next faces Gonzaga today in the WCC tournament semifinals at 1 p.m. Mountain. Good luck to our ladies. BYU alumnus Zach Hicken has started a golf clothing company called Hive Golf Co. that he hopes will change the world of golf. Taylor Bruin spoke with him to learn more about his plans.
How do you change the culture of a sport? It's a difficult question and even harder one to answer. But BYU alumni Zach Hicken believes he has found a solution in his new clothing brand called Hive Co. to change the culture of golf.
The idea originally to start a golf clothing company or a golf company of some sort, it was me and my brother. We started talking about developing some sort of golf product back in like June or July of 2022. And I got into golf, and I had grown up around it. My dad has golfed since he was 16. He's one of the actually top amateurs in the state. He competes nationally and stuff like that. But I just never, I played baseball growing up, and I was actually worried that playing golf would ruin my swing. And so I actually stayed away from it because of that. After I started working in more of a professional career, I started golfing and really got into it. Made some really great friends, and it's part of the reason that I wanted to start Hive, is to just kind of build on that community and help more people find a community that they could be part of. My brother and I are we're very different generations. I'm a millennial, he is very Gen Z. We have very different styles, tastes, stuff like that. We could just never agree on anything. And so we just decided to just table it for a little bit. I just kind of had this nagging thought the entire time, like, hey, you need to find a way to do this. Like, because it's more than just like a golf company or a clothing brand. Like, what I'm trying to do is build like a golf community so more people can feel like that they can go and golf.
Hopefully Zach can achieve his goals of building a golf community to help more people feel like they can come and play. Reporting for Universe Live Sports, I'm Taylor Bruin.
Thanks, Taylor. If you want to learn more about Hive Golf Co. and what they are doing, you can check them out on Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for joining us today for Universe Live.
Have a great day.